We're filming this in June. June is Pride Month, and some of you might know, but I am part of the Pride community. So I want to talk about this because the Netherlands is one of the first countries, actually the first country, that legalized same-sex marriage, especially in the modern era. We're not talking about ancient eras. The bill passed in 2000 and became official in 2001, but it was a long way before it came to that. It started in 1967. For us, we know that there was the first uproar when two men decided to exchange rings in a Rotterdam chapel. In 1969, same-sex marriage was already a point of the agenda of Harry Thomas and his homosexual party that he founded. However, the Gay Emancipation Association considered this to be a faulty point, and they were more in favor of just equality all abroad of all types of relationships. This meaning marriage, but also other forms of registered partnerships. In the 1980s, a group of people headed by Henk Krol, who was then the editor-in-chief of the Gay Krant, or the gay newspaper, asked Parliament to look into the issue of same-sex marriage. And well, they had to wait a bit. In 1995, Parliament said that they wanted to look into it. In 1998, the second Koch cabinet promised the Dutch people to actually look into it and draft legislation for it. So in December of 2000, the legislation was drafted and the parliament had to vote. The Christian parties, who held 26 seats of the 75 seats in total, all voted against it. And at that time it was sort of still logical, although sad. After the Koch cabinet, there was a Christian democratic appeal that would form the next parliament, but they promised they would not withhold this bill. So it went through, and on April 1st, 2001, there was this law that allowed you to marry whoever you want. On that day, on April 1st in 2001, 4 same-sex couples were married that day by the mayor of Amsterdam at that time, Job Cohen. He was also an official registered specifically to officiate these marriages, and Job Cohen was also one of the junior ministers of justice, and he really helped to put the law through the cabinet and parliament. So at the start in the 2000s, the main difference between same-sex marriage and heterosexual marriage was how the parentage laws were inhabited. Back in the day, the law was such that the biological mother was the mother and the father had to be a man, and usually the partner that the mother was registered with or married to. So if you were married to another woman, that person had to adopt the child in order to be a legal parent. Only when a man would have nothing to do with it, for example artificial insemination, both of the mothers in the same-sex marriage would automatically be their parent. On another April the 1st, this time in 2014, the law came into pass that co-parenthood was seen as the person, the mother and the partner of the mother. So the father was not automatically a man. So all these laws do apply in the Netherlands, but if you are a couple that is not from the Netherlands, you cannot come to the Netherlands to marry. In 2016, the ministers Bert Koenders and Art van der Steur confirmed that this law was only for Dutch inhabitants, and you cannot marry when you're not from the Netherlands. This is the same with heterosexual marriages. The ministers argued that it was because of practical reasons and legal reasons, and it could actually be really dangerous for these people regarding to where they came from which country, if they were not from the Netherlands and therefore not protected by the Dutch law. In 2004, the Protestant church allowed everyone to marry in their church, so also same-sex marriages. And you might think, okay, so religion is already there. But in 2007 there was this big uproar because the fourth Balkenende cabinet decided to pass a law that if you were a registrar you could refuse to marry same-sex couples. A lot of people were against this idea, of course, and in practice municipalities could decide who to hire to be the registrar, but a lot of people were against this law. Luckily in 2014 a law came into pass that it became illegal for registrars to refuse to marry same-sex couples. Nowadays there is no difference at all. There is no same-sex marriage in the Dutch law. It is a normal type of marriage, and marriage considers people marrying people of any kind, whether it be man to man, man to woman, or woman to woman, or anything in between. And although we can celebrate all the little wins, the battle is not won entirely. Although here in the Netherlands it is official, it is legal to marry, it is registered and recognized. In other countries these same-sex marriages are sometimes not recognized at all. So that means that your marriage certificate is void in another country. One of the exceptions are the islands of Aruba, Curaçao and Sint Maarten. This is because they are part of the Kingdom of the Netherlands, and as the charter says, they have to acknowledge all deeds made in the Netherlands. So this video may not come out in June, but it is Pride all year round for me, and maybe for you too. So if you're watching this next year in June or whenever, I hope you are happy. I hope you can be proud of yourself. I hope you can live your life the way you want to, with whoever you want to share it with. See you next time. To actually there was something in my shoe. For a gay, it was a party, right?
I think so.
The homosexual party.
Yeah.
We had a homosexual party.
Was it ever in Parliament, or was it just a party?
I think it was just a party. Yeah, Hank in the second cock. I'm there.
Nou komt ie hoor.
Oké. Oké.
Oh mijn god. Ik voel het, dit gaat echt op een take 100.
Cock. It's not funny anymore.
Met KOK.
KOK.
Oké, doen even een rondje van de zaak.
Oh, I can hardly open my eyes. In 1998, the second cock cabinet promised to tackle the issue. Stop it! Toch?
Kabinet?
Cabinet, oh yeah. It's almost there. In 1998, the second cock...
Second what?
Cabinet. I am now past the cock. It's good that we did the second. Okay, second cock cabinet. And in 1998, this is already a disaster. Okay, got it. In 2016, the managers. Okay, when we're filming this, it is in
June.
Yeah.